The Second Book of Adam and Eve. Translated by Rutherford Hayes Platt. Chapters 6-8. Chapter 6. Seth's conscience helps him. He returns to Adam and Eve. When Seth heard these words, he was amazed, and inclined his heart to Satan's treacherous speech, and said to him, "Saidst thou there is another world created than this? And other creatures more beautiful than the creatures that are in this world?" And Satan said, "Yes, behold, thou hast heard me. But I will yet praise them and their ways in thy hearing." But Seth said to him, "Thy speech has amazed me, and thy beautiful description of it all. Yet I cannot go with thee today, not until I have gone to my father Adam and to my mother Eve, and told them all thou hast said to me. Then if they give me leave to go with thee, I will come." Again Seth said, "I am afraid of doing anything without my father's and mother's leave, lest I perish like my brother Cain, and like my father Adam, who transgressed the commandment of God. But behold, thou knowest this place. Come and meet me here tomorrow." When Satan heard this, he said to Seth, "If thou tellest thy father Adam what I have told thee, he will not let thee come with me. But hearken to me. Do not tell thy father and mother what I have said to thee, but come with me today, to our world, where thou shalt see beautiful things, and enjoy thyself there. And revel this day among my children, beholding them and taking thy fill of mirth, and rejoice evermore. Then I shall bring thee back to this place tomorrow, but if thou wouldest rather abide with me, so be it." Then Seth answered, "The spirit of my father and of my mother hangs on me. And if I hide from them one day, they will die. And God will hold me guilty of sinning against them. And except that they know I am come to this place, to bring up to it my offering, they would not be separated from me 1 hour. Neither should I go to any other place, unless they let me. But they treat me most kindly, because I come back to them quickly." Then Satan said to him, "What will happen to thee if thou hide thyself from them one night, and return to them at break of day?" But Seth, when he saw how he kept on talking, and that he would not leave him, he ran, and went up to the altar, and spread his hands unto God, and sought deliverance from him. Then God sent his word, and cursed Satan, who fled from him. But as for Seth, he had gone up to the altar, saying thus in his heart, "The altar is the place of offering, and God is there. A divine fire shall consume it, so shall Satan be unable to hurt me, and shall not take me away thence." Then Seth came down from the altar and went to his father and mother, whom he found in the way, longing to hear his voice, for he had tarried a while. He then began to tell them what had befallen him from Satan, under the form of an angel. But when Adam heard his account, he kissed his face, and warned him against that angel, telling him it was Satan who thus appeared to him. Then Adam took Seth, and they went to the cave of treasures, and rejoiced therein. But from that day forth Adam and Eve never parted from him, to whatever place he might go, whether for his offering or for anything else. This sign happened to Seth when he was 9 years old. Chapter 7. Seth marries Aklia. Adam lives to see grandchildren and great-grandchildren. When our father Adam saw that Seth was of a perfect heart, he wished him to marry, lest the enemy should appear to him another time, and overcome him. So Adam said to his son Seth, "I wish, O my son, that thou would thy sister Aklia, Abel's sister, that she may bear thee children, who shall replenish the earth, according to God's promise to us. Be not afraid, O my son, there is no disgrace in it. I wish thee to marry, from fear lest the enemy overcome thee." Seth, however, did not wish to marry, but in obedience to his father and mother, he said not a word. So Adam married him to Aklia. And he was 15 years old. But when he was 20 years of age, he begot a son, whom he called Enos. And then begot other children than him. Then Enos grew up, married, and begot Cainan. Cainan also grew up, married, and begot Mahalaleel. Those fathers were born during Adam's lifetime, and dwelt by the cave of treasures. Then were the days of Adam 930 years, and those of Mahalaleel 100. But Mahalaleel, when he was grown up, loved fasting, praying, and with hard labors, until the end of our father Adam's days drew near. Chapter 8. Adam's remarkable last words. He predicts the flood. He exhorts his offspring to good. He reveals certain mysteries of life. When our father Adam saw that his end was near, he called his son Seth, who came to him in the cave of treasures, and he said unto him, O Seth, my son, bring me thy children and thy children's children, that I may shed my blessing on them ere I die. When Seth heard these words from his father Adam, he went from him, shed a flood of tears over his face, and gathered together his children and his children's children, and brought them to his father Adam. But when our father Adam saw them around him, he wept at having to be separated from them. And when they saw him weeping, they all wept together, and fell upon his face, saying, How shalt thou be severed from us, O our father? And how shall the earth receive thee and hide thee from our eyes? Thus did they lament much, and in like words. Then our father Adam blessed them all, and said to Seth after he had blessed them, O Seth, my son, thou knowest this world that it is full of sorrow, and of weariness, and thou knowest all that has come upon us, from our trials in it. I therefore command thee in these words, to keep innocence, to be pure and just, and trusting in God, and lean not to the discourses of Satan, nor to the apparitions in which he will show himself to thee. But keep the commandments that I give thee this day, then give the same to thy son Enos, and let Enos give it to his son Cainan, and Cainan to his son Mahalaleel, so that this commandment abide firm among all your children. O Seth, my son, the moment I am dead, take ye my body and wind it up with myrrh, aloes, and cassia, and leave me here in this cave of treasures in which are all these tokens which God gave us from the garden. O my son, hereafter shall a flood come and overwhelm all creatures, and leave out only 8 souls. But, O my son, let those whom it will leave out from among your children at that time, take my body with them out of this cave, and when they have taken it with them, let the oldest among them command his children to lay my body in a ship until the flood has been assuaged, and they come out of the ship. Then they shall take my body and lay it in the middle of the earth, shortly after they have been saved from the waters of the flood. For the place where my body shall be laid is the middle of the earth. God shall come from thence, and shall save all our kindred. But now, O Seth, my son, place thyself at the head of thy people, tend them and watch over them in the fear of God, and lead them in the good way. Command them to fast unto God, and make them understand they ought not to hearken to Satan, lest he destroy them. Then, again, sever thy children and thy children's children from Cain's children, do not let them ever mix with those, nor come near them either in their words or in their deeds. Then Adam let his blessing descend upon Seth, and upon his children, and upon all his children's children. He then turned to his son Seth, and to Eve his wife, and said to them, Preserve this gold, this incense, and this myrrh, that God has given us for a sign. For in days that are coming a flood will overwhelm the whole creation. But those who shall go into the ark, shall take with them the gold, the incense, and the myrrh, together with my body. And will lay the gold, the incense, and the myrrh, with my body in the midst of the earth. Then, after a long time, the city in which the gold, the incense, and the myrrh are found with my body, shall be plundered. But when it is spoiled, the gold, the incense, and the myrrh shall be taken care of with the spoil that is kept. And naught of them shall perish, until the word of God, made man, shall come. When kings shall take them, and shall offer to him gold in token of his being king, incense in token of his being God of heaven and earth, and myrrh in token of his passion. Gold also, as a token of his overcoming Satan, and all our foes. Incense as a token that he will rise from the dead, and be exalted above things in heaven and things on the earth. And myrrh, in token that he will drink bitter gall, and feel the pains of hell from Satan. And now, O Seth, my son, behold, I have revealed unto thee hidden mysteries, which God had revealed unto me. Keep my commandment, for thyself, and for thy people.